And I would like to just say that my co-chair, Stephanie Williams, passed away in October, and she's with us here in spirit. And many of us know and remember her from all over, many of you from all over the country remember Stephanie. And I know that she has been with me all week in the planning of this. I have felt her spirit every day, and I talk to her every day. So I know she's here. But I'm going to turn this over. Is Katie here?
Not here yet.
She's not here yet. Okay.
Was there an order? Greg, you up, Greg?
Katie.
She's not here yet.
Okay.
So in her place, Greg Fordham.
Greg!
From Norfolk, Virginia. Is going to give us a few words on
access to care and treatment.
One of our demands. Is your phone, Karen? Got your phone?
Yeah. Thank you.
This Katie.
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Fight up!
One more time. How's everybody doing?
Fire them up! Fire them up!
Yes. My name's Greg Fordham. I'm glad to be here. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm a positive individual. They say talk about access to health care. My biggest thing is access to care should be universal. There should be nobody here in this country, in this world, that should not be able to get health care. The same treatments I can get in Virginia, you should be able to get here in South Carolina. One of the things that bothered me and I wanted to be here for was because South Carolina was one of those places that had a waiting list to get on ADAP. That was something I could not get, I couldn't get past. That has to stop. From what I know, people died waiting to get on a waiting list.
At least 4.
In this country, that makes no sense. This is the richest country in the world. That's what they say. One thing we need to have is Medicaid needs to be expanded. Yes. And if we can get all these politicians that are trying to get our vote, people need to realize I'm a positive person. I still have the right to vote. So I need to put in people that are going to do something for me. People that's going to do something for us. The other thing I would love to say is that we here now, please, let's not let this stop today and any other time. Let's make these people that we put in office accountable to us. Because we are America. Yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Great. Come on, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is yours, Davon.
I don't
What'd you say?
The floor is yours. Fire them up.
We want them to hear us. One more time. All right, y'all. Good evening. I'm Jazon Dixon Jolo with Sister Love in the Hot Atlanta. So look, I had the charge of coming to talk about the need for research. I was supposed to talk with you about the fact that not only around treatment, but around prevention and around all the other issues that intersect with HIV and AIDS, we have a serious deficit. We have a deficit in the amount of money, in the amount of interest, in the amount of advocacy, and the amount of importance that's given to researching the deeper issues of HIV and AIDS beyond that teeny tiny evil virus. Hey! But I got a bigger message.
Okay.
For our presidential candidates from this here party. And they can take it to the next party. And y'all can take it to every party y'all attend for the next however many years. So we're gonna go to television. Is that all right?
All right.
I'm gonna try and do this quick, but it might take a minute.
You got time.
Now I know a lot of folks got basic television. So that means you got a few channels. I got satellite. Which means I got hundreds of channels. So, you know, the president of this here country currently gives us one channel. He says, we're going to deal with AIDS by A. What else? B. What else?
C.
C. Well, that's just one network.
That's one.
Just one network. A is what? B is what? And C is what? Maybe. Maybe. Well, I want some more channels. Y'all want to hear about them? Well, in addition to ABC, if I got to get it for free, I want some CBS. I want me some comprehensive sexual health and human rights education. I said human rights education. I want some basic science, clinical, social, and behavioral, informal and informal educational settings to be seriously respected. My research, my questions, my answers, my solutions. What?
What?
Hey! I want S. Stop all forms of stigma, discrimination, and denial of people living with HIV. Okay, can we have some TNN?
Give me some.
I want condoms. I want female condoms. I want vibrating condoms. I want colored, flavored, ribbed condoms. Affordable condoms. Really cheap condoms. I want condoms everywhere I go condoms. N. Needle exchange program. N. Enough said. I need N. New approaches to surveillance. New approaches to identifying interventions that work for us. And new community involvement. Hey! I want some BET. I want to build or bring better Black and Latino leadership for all our people. I want empowerment in and amongst the most affected and the most vulnerable populations. And I want targeted resources. Come with it to funding and decision making into the communities at greatest risk. Hey! Okay, I live in the South, so I need some rural television. RTV. Research and real solutions based on various needs and diverse realities. Is that true? We need time to implement and measure our own interventions and response mechanisms. Is that true? And then we need victory over violence. All forms. Women, gender, youth, gang, street, police, war. End it now. Okay, this one right here, I need some ESPN. I need engagement and leadership of people living with HIV as the agents of change in this epidemic. What? I need straight talk, plain talk, frank talk about AIDS and its impacts on each of our communities. I need policies that reflect cultural and social consciousness towards all Americans, not just a few. And I need no more. Can we say it? No more deaths.
That's right.
I need no more deaths. I need some MTV.
All right.
M, microbicides and other privately controlled. I need treatment access for all people living with HIV. I don't care where you live. It can be Mississippi or Mississippi Masala. And I need vaccines. Viable, valid, available. And on the last channel I'll flip to, I need a little FX. Freedom! to be. Just to be. Freedom!
Freedom!
And X. I need extreme numbers. I need extreme numbers. I need what?
Extreme numbers
Of men. Women. Children. Old. Young. Black. White. Brown. Shades in between. Straight. Gay. Bi. Trans. Religious. Atheist. Rich. Poor. Famous. Infamous. We need them all on the battlefront right now. You better get in where you fit in.
All right.
And for all my presidential candidates, this is what I want y'all to tell them. Because we just finished some TV, right?
Go with
Tell
the
them, tune in.
Go with the
Engage. Take power. End AIDS. Tune in. Engage. Take power. End AIDS. Thank you.
Both together. After? Now, okay. Y'all hold on 1 second. In case you don't recognize her, we have Kate Edwards. This is John Edwards' daughter coming to speak.
We are honored to have with us this afternoon one of the candidates' daughters, someone who's been very supportive of HIV/AIDS issues, Miss Kate Edwards.
Thank you guys so much. I just want to thank you for having me here at this event in South Carolina. I just want to say a few things. I'm not going to talk your ear off or anything. I just want to thank you for bringing this issue to the forefront, into the political conversation, because I have to say, I don't believe it gets enough attention. And it's obviously a very important issue, not just here in South Carolina, not just in our country, but all over the world.
Careful. Yeah, okay.
I did not know what was happening behind me. That happens sometimes.
We're stealthy like that.
So, sorry, where was I? Yeah, absolutely. This is an issue, this is a fight, I think, that is not just about some political issue, it's about saving lives. And that's why it's so important. HIV/AIDS is a disease that we can prevent. 40,000 people in America found out last year that they had HIV.
Same.
And it's an issue that's preventable, and that's still happening. It's an issue that's treatable, yet still 17,000 people died in 2005 in the United States of America of AIDS. I think 2.5 or 3 million people around the world died of AIDS. We can do so much better than that. We can do so much more, and you know, we're here in South Carolina, so I'll talk a little bit about why this issue is so important here in South Carolina. South Carolina has one of the highest death rates from AIDS of any state in this country, as I'm sure you well know. Why is that? I think it's partially because there's so much poverty in this country, so much poverty here in South Carolina, partially because people do not have access to health care, partially because there's still a waiting list. I think 300 people are on the waiting list for treatment here in South Carolina, and some of those people die while they're on that list. Well, we're here today in Myrtle Beach, and there's a spotlight on us, as you can see from all the cameras and all the attention because of this debate. And so this is the perfect time for the candidates to stand up and say that AIDS is a crisis in this country and that we need a president who's willing to lead.
That's right.
I'll just tell you a little bit about what my dad has proposed to do. He is the first person that really came out with a comprehensive plan, a comprehensive agenda to fight AIDS in this country and around the world. I'm really proud of that.
He did that before he signed the pledge, and he signed the pledge first.
Yep. Thank you. He knows even more about it. That's great. Let's see. I guess I'll talk a little bit about sort of the domestic agenda, and I think that definitely has to start with universal health care. Dad was the first person to come out with a universal health care plan. He is fighting the big insurance companies, the drug companies that have kept us from getting universal health care for so long. But that's not quite enough because it will take a couple of years to get that enacted. So what he would immediately do is expand Medicaid to cover people who have HIV and who do not have yet full-blown.
I'm healthy.
Second important thing is to reach out to the African American and Hispanic communities in this country because 2/3 of people who are diagnosed with AIDS are people of color. And if we do not start in those communities, then we cannot reach the people who we need to most reach directly. So that's one thing that we need to do. Another thing is to actually have an agenda for prevention that's based on science, not ideology. And that includes age-appropriate sex education. That includes lifting the ban on federal funding for needle exchange programs.
Now you're talking.
That includes increasing funding for research that can actually lead to more treatments or a cure for HIV and AIDS. And it also includes other things like fully funding the. Yes, and like fully funding the Ryan White Care Act, like ending this waiting list that so many people are on, and increasing and fully funding housing for persons living with AIDS. Around the world, we can actually also be doing so much more. My dad is absolutely committed to making treatment for AIDS, HIV and AIDS universal by 2010, even if that means investing $50 billion over a period of 5 years to make that happen.
Okay.
But I'm just here on behalf of my dad today to tell you that he is fighting with you. He believes in your cause, and he'll do everything in his power when he's president of the United States to make sure that your voices are heard on this very important issue. Thank you so much.
I'm a person living with it.